I love musical theater, and I have always been active. When I moved down here, I had the opportunity to be in Nonsense as the Mother Superior, and had a blast with it, but the dancing was so difficult for me because of my pain, and at the time I hadn't been diagnosed yet, so I didn't know what was going on. I just knew I had problems. And, I pulled it off. It did a good show. It was hilarious. I got to, fall off the stool and do all those things, and I was able to do that fine. But I don't think I could do that anymore right now. And I would love to be able to do it again, because that's where my heart is. If I wasn't teaching, I would want to be on stage. And that's something I would really like to do. I'm close enough to Chicago now that I could get more involved. I was toying up with auditioning for the lyric opera and some things like that. But again, I know, well, not so much for the opera, but for other things, like when they need extras in the movies around, because they do a lot of movies around here. And anything with acting, I tend to hesitate because I don't blend in. I have my own look, but it's not the look that they need for any particular show. So somebody needs to write a show about me so I can star in it, okay? That's all there is to it. Anyway, I want to travel more. Be a role model in a different way. Yeah, I'm a role model for my kids, but I want to be a role model for their parents too, maybe. Or just anybody who wants to take hold of their life and get their life back again. Which is why I'm doing the videos, which is why I'm doing a lot of what I'm doing. I know a lot of people wouldn't do this. I kind of putting my life out there. I'm always been the kind of person that my life is kind of an open book. If you want to know what's happening with me, I will tell you. Physically, I would like to do more biking, which is what I feel most comfortable with right now. The walking and running, my knees are not happy with that yet. I think I need to lose more weight before I'll get comfortable with that. But what I am able to do at this point is biking. So I'd like to do some long distance biking. A few years back, Phil Kogan from The Amazing Race he biked across the United States, so he actually came right through my town, but I was at work, so I didn't get to cheer him on. But I just thought that was such a neat thing for him to do. And to be able to do that is a big deal. Now, of course, I would have to have a 3-wheel bike because my balance sucks. But I would like to do long-distance biking. I think it would be fun, and it would be relaxing, and even meditational, and get my legs into great shape. I have a dream. My dream is to have the best abs in the world. Better than Jillian from Biggest Loser. Really, really toned, nice abs. If I could get one part of my body in shape, that would be where I would want it to be. So as things get on and I get approved for exercise, I'm going to start working on that core and getting those abs where I want them to be. And when they get there, I'll show them to you. Some other things, there's things like shopping in a regular store. Yeah, I want to be able to do that. I want to have choices. I want to have options. But I want to be able to have choices. I want to be able to have skinny jeans if I want to. I want to be able to buy a cute, sexy dress if I want to. I want to not be ashamed of my body and not have to worry about other people judging me all the time. Because, yes, it happens. As much as I want to turn a blind eye and say, no, it doesn't. Those Walmart, people in Walmart videos? Yeah, I'm waiting for the day that I show up in one. Because my fashion choices are based off of comfort. They are not based off of what anybody else thinks. So I'm sure I'll eventually end up in one of them. But for now, knock on wood, I haven't been. So, this is something I love Halloween. I love dressing up. I would love to do cosplay. I never had the guts to do it. I'm not a super nerd. I'm a semi-geek, I'd say, but I would love to dress up for for either Comic-Con or something like that. Just use my creativity to come up with some amazing costume and just blow everybody's minds. And I know I can do that at my size now, but it limits me on the characters that I can do. Yeah, I can do like Ursula from Little Mermaid, or, you know, there are some other plus size, but most of them are villains. There's like not any like good guys who are my size, unless they're men. And so that's something I would like to do too. I want to not have to worry if I can fit into somebody's car. I would like to go car shopping and not have to worry if I'm going to be strangled between the steering wheel and the car seat because the seat doesn't go back far enough. I already have the problem of having extra long legs, and so a lot of cars, my legs won't fit into them. I don't mind that one as much. It's when my stomach hits the steering wheel. Yeah, that's the problem. And since losing weight, my stomach no longer hits the steering wheel. Yay! In either vehicle that we own, so that's a good thing. I don't want people to stare at me unless it's for something good. Like, wow, she's got an amazing voice, or oh, doesn't she look nice today? This kind of thing. I want to have the energy and the drive to do my concerts and not be in total pain afterwards. Right now I do 5 concerts a year. I'm with my students, and I usually have to spend the next few days recovering from it because, you know, I have to adjust the things on the stage. I'm moving things around. I have to decorate, and it puts me in a lot of pain, quite honestly. And so I'm hoping with this that I'll be able to do those much more independently, because I also am kind of a control freak when it comes to concert stuff. And sometimes it's all I can do just to get through it. And then I have to clean up after the show, because 9 times out of 10 there's another concert the next night with another school. So I just do my best to get through right now. And I've got a lot of great friends who help, and I have some parents who step up after the shows and jump in and help out too, but I can't always count on that. And so this is one of the things I really, really want to have improve after this. I am originally from Michigan, and I love my Michigan. If there would have been more teaching jobs, I would have stayed there. If my husband would have moved to Michigan, I would have stayed there. But our situation kind of brought us to Illinois instead. But in Michigan, there's some wonderful, wonderful parks. And right now, I can't walk through them. What I would like to do is I would like to be able to go to Mackinac Island. And right now, I think I could bike the whole island, but I want to be able to walk it. I want to be able to stop and see things that I want to see and enjoy the whole time that I'm there and do everything walking. I would love that. Or even horseback riding. I haven't been able to do horseback riding in many, many years too, because I weigh too much for the horse. Something you never thought about, isn't it? I would love to climb Castle Rock, which is in the Upper Peninsula. It's this giant rock, and it's all stairs. And it's a really gorgeous view of the Straits if you get up there. Agawa Canyon in Canada. I would love to do that again. There's a beautiful lookout point. It's all stairs again. No way I could do it now. You take a train through, and then you get to the end. It's where the lookout station is. I would love to go mountain climbing. I have friends who are mountain climbing right now, but I don't think I could ever do the limit that they do. But like the little mountains, like when I was in Alaska, got to do some little mountain climbing, essentially hiking up. Loved it. I also want to do some things like, I saw this book one time about the waterfalls of the Upper Peninsula, and when I had the opportunity, I took a tour. No, I shouldn't say a tour, because I was driving. It was all me. I drove through and saw some of the waterfalls. I couldn't see all of them. Some of them are on private property, but I saw quite a few of them, and many of them I got to take pictures of and look at and enjoy. However, Some of them required hiking back into the Porcupine Mountains. Some of them required some kayaking, and some things that I didn't have access to, nor could I do at the size I was. And also, I was by myself, so it probably wouldn't have been the smartest thing for me to go hiking back in the mountains all alone. But those are some things that I can maybe do in the future. And I would love to tour the UP and take photographs of all of the different waterfalls that I could get permission to get to. Since, like I said, a lot of them are on private property. If you ever get a chance to go to the Upper Peninsula, do it. Yeah, you might not have cell connection for half the time you're there, but it's some of the most beautiful country that I've ever seen. And this one might not make sense to a lot of people, but I want people to take me seriously. A lot of times it's, oh, you're a large person, you're fat and jolly, smiling, goof around. And that is part of my personality, is if I get stressed about something, I joke about it. I use humor a lot when I'm stressed or scared or unsure. When I was getting ready for the surgery, I was cracking a lot of jokes. And my husband was like barely speaking, and my brother was half asleep because he just dealt with Chicago traffic, so it was really weird in the waiting room prior to surgery. Now, when I do get serious, people don't take it that way. If I give an educated, knowledgeable answer to something to certain people, they refer to it as, they don't believe it. They think I'm just making it up, and they forget that I have quite an extensive education. I know what I'm talking about. I have had a lot of life experiences that they don't care to know about, and I could offer some valuable advice on things, but if they don't want to hear it, I'm not going to force them to hear it. And then they proceed to talk to me and tell me stuff that they know nothing about. But that's them, I'm me. I can't control them, and they can't control me as much as they try. And that's the other thing, my self-esteem. I have a lot of self-esteem in a lot of areas, but my looks have never been one of them. This year, I did the purple hair thing. I've been wanting to do it for years, and now it's like popular. I started trying, I guess. I want to be me. I spend so much time in my life trying to please everybody else. It's my time to please me. And that's one of the things I want to gain out of this. I want to gain my own self-respect back. And like I said, I spent a lot of this weight came on after failed relationships. Things where I felt that I failed, even though in retrospect I didn't fail in them. It just wasn't the right time for me. The timing was off or whatever. But I don't take things that way. I'm quite the perfectionist. And when things do not go as I planned for me, I get really tough about it. Somebody else makes a mistake, no big deal. It's understandable. I make a mistake, it's the end of the world. But then again, because I treat myself that way, others treat me that way as well. My husband sees me make a mistake, it's the end of the world. He makes the same exact mistake, no big deal. But since the surgery, things have changed here, and I'm not taking it for granted quite as much as I used to be. And so there's some good things coming out of there. But I better end it because this ended up being a very long one. I'm sure I'm going to have to put it in 2 or 3 rounds, so bear with me. Okay, have a wonderful year. As I also mentioned previously, my official 1 month is in 2 days, but I'm going ahead and doing it now because Sundays are a great day for me to do my videos. Have a wonderful, joyous day.